Ryan's Midlife Crisis Journal Day 22. One thing I'll mention today, I have this crazy feeling that I don't know if I'm either nervous about an ENT appointment I have tomorrow, or if I have heart palpitations coming back a little bit. That went away when I took Doxy for Lyme disease. It's possible that I didn't take Doxy long enough, but I gotta pay attention to that. I just want to talk about today. So a few days ago, I posted a video or a journal talking about my written out of the story, irrational fear kind of, crazy idea. Thought experiment, but I'm going to add to that a little bit. You see, when it comes to, so the idea that I had was kind of like in some TV shows, that if your personal story ends, that you get written out of the show, as in you get killed off. Well, I'll say there's another way I think you can get killed off that isn't as clear. And you could say it's being turned into an NPC, per se. Now, I see some people, will kind of jokingly call other people NPCs, people that don't seem to have control over their programming, to put it bluntly. It's funny, I've heard people to describe, say, if you take a Myers-Briggs, and if the middle two letters in your Myers-Briggs aren't NT, then you're an NPC. Because the idea is, if you're SF or anything like that, that your personality is more controlled by factors you can't influence. So sensing and feeling is a bit out of your control, but intuiting and thinking, is that what it was? Yeah, is. And then maybe the idea is, if your story arc ends, or you're no longer pursuing the end of your story arc, or the continuation of your story arc, that your personality kind of gets neutered, and you become one of those people that, will just watch things on TV, and your emotions are kind of controlled without you realizing it. So you become like an NPC. So that's the idea. And it's tough because you could wonder too, say, when does your story end? Can you really always extend your narrative? Because you shouldn't be able to, in theory, right? Like, if someone's story was basically to get to the point where you, let's say you're supposed to become the parent of a genius or something like that. And once that kid is fully grown, your story arc's kind of over. But I guess in theory, you could become a happy NPC, and a fulfilled one, as opposed to a unhappy one. Yeah, I mean, maybe you can even tie this back to saying, there's, concepts of heaven and hell on Earth too, like living hell, that sort of thing. But anyway, that's the rant for today, or the journal entry for today. Coming up on 1 month of doing this. I still have a bit of the challenge every morning too of doing the math on how much sleep I've gotten so far. But I like the routine around this. Although I was up a little bit early today for concerns that I mentioned at the beginning of this. So anyway. All right. Day 20 whatever in the books.